Join Kids Hut family. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. What happened, Tofu? What is it that you're thinking? Yes, Tia. I am not able to understand how can a person win the race if he's slow and yet steady? There is a very famous story behind this. Should I tell you that first? Sure. The Hare and the Tortoise. Long ago, in a forest, a small get-together of animals was taking place.
You know what? I can beat anyone in this forest. Nobody can beat me in a race.
Yes, I have seen him running. I bet he can beat anyone in this forest.
Suddenly, from the crowd, they hear somebody laughing.
Why are you laughing? You think you can beat me in a race?
I may not disagree with you, oh Mr. Hare. But I might not deny that I have no fear of competing with you.
Oh really? So let's have a race and let's see who wins.
So one fine sunny day, all the animals gathered for the race. Everybody was sure that the hare is gonna be a clear-cut winner.
May the best man win.
And that is me,
said the hare proudly.
Now let's go, old man. I'll beat you in a second.
The hare runs so fast that all the things on the path go for a spin. On the other hand, the tortoise is running too, but at such a pace that even snails could pass by him easily. Suddenly, the hare stops and looks behind. lord! That tortoise is gonna take ages to reach this point. So let's just stop here and take some rest. By the time he reaches here, I would get good rest and then cover him up in a blink of a second. In the meanwhile, the tortoise slowly and steadily reaches the point where the hare is fast asleep. He very quietly tiptoes past the hare, and the hare is all ignorant of this fact. Suddenly, the hare gets up by the roars of the crowd, cheering up the tortoise. Go, tortoise, go! Go, tortoise! Oh my lord! How is that possible? I kept on sleeping for so long that the tortoise is about to finish the race. He runs and runs and runs. But to his disappointment, the tortoise just manages to finish the race before he could. In the story, the hare was so full of himself. He was overconfident that he would surely beat the tortoise in the race, because he is faster than that poor being in every other way. But the hare underestimated the tortoise and succumbed in his own fake overconfidence. Yes, and that's why only a person who thinks calmly and is not overconfident of himself wins the race in every sphere of life. Proud people can't survive for long. Tia, I can't do it. Try, Tofu. You can. Tia, I can't. Anyways, it's too high for me and I'm too short. Listen, Tofu, I have a story for you. Would you want to hear it? Sure. The Sour Grapes. Once, in a forest, there lived a furry fox. He was wandering around the forest in search of food.
I am so hungry. I need to eat something.
The fox was passing a vineyard, but he wasn't aware it was one.
I am so hungry that I can't even see what that round thing is.
He went a little ahead but stopped as he noticed the smell of the delicious grapes.
Wow, there are so many grapes in this vineyard. My mouth is watering.
The fox looked at the grapevine and drooled. The fox jumped up towards the grapes, but the grapes were too high for him. He tried and tried, but the effort was futile. He tried again, and this time he was about to touch them, but failed again.
Oh, I am so tired. These grapes are too high. I can't reach them at any cost.
He sat there and thought for a long time that how he can get those grapes. He suddenly got up and said to himself,
Those grapes are probably sour. In fact, I don't like grapes. Why should I try so hard for them?
The fox couldn't reach the grapes and hence escaped by making excuses. But his tummy kept growling of hunger and he had to go without eating anything. So Tofu, the fox had to go empty-handed because he just made an excuse. Always remember, you won't achieve your goals if you give up by making excuses. So let's go and try again. Oh Tia, I'm feeling scared. Would we be able to reach our camp? Yes, Tofu. Don't worry. We will reach our camp soon. But I'm still feeling scared. Wait, let me tell you a similar story. It will help you to distract your mind. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks. She had golden hair. One morning, she was walking in the forest and lost her way. She saw a friendly cottage. Wow! She knocked on the door, but nobody was there. She went inside. The friendly cottage belonged to 3 bears. Goldilocks was very hungry. She saw 3 bowls of porridge on the table. First, she tried a spoonful from Daddy Bear's big bowl.
This porridge is too hot.
Next, she tried from Mama Bear's medium bowl.
This porridge is also too hot.
Finally, she tried from Baby Bear's small bowl.
This porridge is just right.
And she ate the whole bowl. Now Goldilocks was tired. She saw 3 chairs kept in a room.
This chair is too big. This chair is too big too. This chair is just right.
But the chair broke. Goldilocks was very tired. so she went upstairs. She saw 3 beds in the room. She sat on the first bed and thought,
This bed is too hard. This bed is too soft. This bed is just right.
Soon the 3 bears came home.
Who's been eating my porridge? Asked Daddy Bear.
Who's been eating my porridge?
Asked Mama Bear.
Who's been eating my porridge and eaten it all up?
Cried Baby Bear.
Who's been sitting on my chair? Daddy Bear howled.
Who's been sitting on my chair?
Wondered Mama Bear.
Who's been sitting on my chair and it's broken?
Cried Baby Bear. They went up in the room and saw,
Who's been sleeping on my bed? Said Daddy Bear.
Who's been sleeping on my bed?
said Mama Bear.
Who's been sleeping on my bed? And she is still there.
Screamed Baby Bear. Goldilocks woke up and saw the 3 bears. She was so frightened that she jumped out of the bed and raced through the forest. And she never came back.
Oh, Goldilocks lost her way too, just like us.
No, Tofu, we have not lost our way. See, we're already at the camp.
Hey, Tia.
Yes, Tofu.
My teacher wrote a report that I need to get signed by Mom.
What? Why?
She said that I didn't do things as asked.
Oh, why is that?
I just thought she's giving instructions just like that. I didn't think there was any meaning to her instructions.
That's not a good thing, Tofu.
Yes, but why does she give so many instructions? And why do I have to follow them always?
I think you should follow your teacher's instructions, otherwise you will experience something similar to Peter Rabbit.
Why? What did he experience?
Peter Rabbit. Once upon a time, there lived a rabbit called Peter Rabbit. He lived with his mother and brothers, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. One day, their mother told them that she was going out for some work.
Children, I have to go finish some errands. Till then, you can go and play in the lane. Just be careful that you do not go to MacGregor's garden at all. You all remember that your father had an accident there, don't you? Mrs. McGregor had put him in the pie.
Once their mother had gone, all the brothers went down the lane to play. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were very good kids, and they followed their mother's instructions. But Peter Rabbit was a naughty one. He went to the McGregor's garden all by himself and squeezed himself under the fence. The garden was full of delicious vegetables.
Wow! So many vegetables! I will eat them all.
And quickly Peter Rabbit filled his stomach with lettuce, French beans, and radishes.
Oh, I think I have eaten too much. I need some parsley to help my stomach.
And so Peter went looking for parsley deeper in McGregor's garden. He was just crossing the cucumber patch when he ran into Mr. McGregor.
Thief! Stop! Stop right there!
Mr. McGregor ran after Peter, trying to catch him. The moment Peter saw him coming, he took off.
Oh no! I must run. If I get to the shed, I should be okay.
Peter quickly dashed into the tool shed and dived into a can. The can was filled with water. But Peter had no choice. Mr. McGregor had followed him into the shed.
Where did that rabbit go?
Mr. McGregor couldn't find Peter anywhere, and so he decided to check outside the shed. As soon as he turned away, Peter got out of the can and dashed out. But Mr. McGregor spotted him.
There, that thief! After him! I won't let him go this time!
Somehow, Peter managed to get away. He caught his breath and sat down under the blueberry bush. Just then he heard someone talking to him.
Are you okay? Can you help me find the way out of here?
The mouse showed Peter the way out of the garden. Peter quickly got out of the garden and headed home.
Oh, Peter! Good you're home. What took you so long? Nothing, Mom. I am just very tired. I think I will sleep.
The mother was very surprised. She let Peter go to sleep early. At supper time, she made the children's favorite dinner. And served them the carrot pie that she had got for them from the market. But Peter Rabbit was so tired that he slept through the entire dinner
and missed his favorite meal.
Oh no! I don't think I ever want to experience anything like that. I will think twice before not following any instructions from my elders.
That's awesome, Tofu. Come on now. We'll get you some carrot pie and then you can get the report signed by Mom.
Yes, let's go, Tia. Yay! I've won again, Tia!
Wow, Tofu. You've really become good at this game.
Do you want to play one more round with me? The winner gets the loser's share of Mom's special pie.
Mom? Tofu, look at the time. We've not completed any of our chores.
Oh, don't worry about it, Tia. It's a Sunday. We'll just tell Mom that we forgot.
But we remember now. We should do it now.
Do we have to? Mom won't know.
Tofu, are you suggesting that we should lie to Mom? And who will lie to her? That's the worst idea you've ever had, Tofu. And you're talking like the little mouse.
The little who?
Belling the cat. That's a story that I want to tell you in this context. Once upon a time, the many mice that lived in his store troubled a grocer.
These mice are spoiling everything. Today they pierced holes in the grain bags.
Oh dear, what should we do?
I don't know. If the villagers find out, they will stop coming to the store and buying things from me.
Oh no! What will we do then? Our business will be disrupted entirely.
I agree.
Oh, I have an idea. Why don't you get a cat for the store? A good, strong cat will eat the mice away quickly, and new mice will be afraid to enter the store out of her fear.
That's a brilliant idea. I will get one first thing tomorrow.
The next morning, the grocer went and got a big, strong cat for his store. Just as his wife had said, she pounced at the first sight of mice. The mice were taken by surprise.
Our brothers have been attacked and eaten up by this cat that the grocer has brought. We all should be careful from now on.
As the days passed, the movement of the mice became restricted. They always lived in fear of the cat and were unable to get food and supplies for their families from the store. If any of them ventured out, the cat ate them. This distressed the mice very much. They made many plans to avoid and escape the cat, but failed miserably. We are losing out our brothers and sisters to this cat. Something must be done. I have a simple plan, but I'm sure it will be successful. We just have to put a bell around the cat's neck. Every time the cat will move, we will hear the bell ring first. This will give us enough time to escape her.
That's a very good idea.
Good thinking, brother. We should arrange a bell immediately.
Yes, I agree. This is a very good plan. But I have just one question. Who will bell the cat?
Suddenly, there fell a hush over the excited mice because none of them had the answer to the question. None had the courage to risk his own life to bell the cat. And so it remained that the cat was never belled. So you see, Tofu? It is one thing to just give out ideas and another to actually go ahead and do as you've said.
Yes, Tia. I am ashamed of what I suggested. I said it without considering whether it was right or wrong, and possible or impossible. Come, let's go and finish off the chores.
I am glad you understood that, Tofu. Now let's start with putting away these games.
Animals have such an easy life, dear. No school, no rules, no homework. What do they have to worry about?
Everybody has their troubles, Tofu. Let me tell you the story of Thumbelina. Once upon a time, a woman lived by herself in a faraway village. She was very lonely after her husband had died. She always wanted to have a child, but alas, she didn't have any. One day, she went to her friend who was a witch. The witch gave her a grain of barley and told her to go back home and plant it. The woman did as she was told. The next morning, a beautiful plant had grown from the seed. It had a lovely flower that looked like a tulip. The woman had never seen a flower like that and was mesmerized by its beauty. She gently kissed one of its petals. As she did that, the flower blossomed open. Inside it was a beautiful little girl, no bigger than the size of the woman's thumb. The woman instantly fell in love with her and called her Thumbelina. Thumbelina took away the woman's loneliness. In the day, she would tell her stories and talk to her. Sometimes she would make Thumbelina a boat out of a tulip petal which she could row in a plate full of water. At night, Thumbelina would sleep in a bed out of a walnut shell with a blanket made of a rose petal. One night, as she was sleeping, a frog came to her window and saw her. He thought to himself, "What a beautiful girl! She will make a lovely bride for my son." And so he grabbed Thumbelina and hopped away to his home. When his son saw his bride-to-be, he was very happy. "She is beautiful, father. I will marry her. But before that, I want to build her a beautiful house."
Okay, son. I will put her on the water lily in the middle of the pond till then. This way she will not be able to escape.
And so the frog put Thumbelina in the middle of the pond on a water lily leaf. Thumbelina tried to escape from her new home, but when she couldn't, she broke down crying. Two minnows were sitting under the same leaf and they heard her cry. They asked her about her troubles, and when she told them, they decided to help her. They nibbled away the lily stem. Soon it broke and floated away with Thumbelina. Just when Thumbelina thought she was free, a beetle came down and took her away to his home. He called over his friends to introduce them to his pretty prisoner. But the beetle's friends told him that she was too different than them and she didn't belong with them.
I agree. I think I should let her go.
And so he dropped her in the long grass and flower. Thumbelina was very happy that she was free from her captors. However, she still did not know where her home was. She spent many days in the grass and between the flowers. She would eat the pollen of the flowers and drink the dew from the leaves. One day, as she was walking, she stumbled upon a small house made of mud. It had a strange round entrance. She went up to it and knocked on the door. A mouse opened the door.
Oh, hello there. Isn't it cold out there for you today? Come in, please.
Thank you so much. Once Thumbelina was settled comfortably in the mouse's house, he asked her about who she was. Thumbelina told him her entire story.
not worry. You can stay here as long as you like.
So Thumbelina started staying in her newfound home. To make herself useful in the house, she would cook for the mouse and tell him stories. After a few days, the mouse said he had invited a guest over.
He is the richest mouse in all the land. He is a very good friend of mine.
That night, the mouse's friend came over for dinner. They all talked and had a very good time. During the course of dinner, the friend fell in love with Thumbelina and declared that he would marry her. Thumbelina had no choice but to go along with what was happening. When the friend offered to show her his home, she agreed to visit his house. And the three of them set off together. On the way, they entered a tunnel. There they found an injured swallow lying on the ground. The mouse's friend kicked it and rudely said,
Serves her right. What is she doing in the tunnels? He should have stayed in the air.
Thumbelina was shocked to see that someone could treat another like this. Unseen by the mice, she ran away from there. Once she was sure that the mice had left, she came back and attended to the swallow. She took great care of her. Till she was fit to fly again. It became spring by the time the swallow could fly again. She told Thumbelina,
I have to join my family and friends. They have flown away to a warmer place. I cannot stay here. Come with me.
But Thumbelina had had enough adventure and did not want to go anywhere else, and so the swallow flew away. A few months had passed when the love-struck friend of the mouse found Thumbelina again.
Oh, my beloved, I have been looking for you everywhere. Now I have found you and must marry you.
Thumbelina knew there was no way out of it for her, so she asked him if she could spend one last day out in the open air before she was confined to living the rest of her life underground with him. As she roamed in the open fields for one last time, she heard a familiar voice.
Come away with me, where your spirit will always be free.
Thumbelina saw her old friend who had returned for her. This time around, she agreed and hopped on the back of the swallow, and they took off. They flew over land and water and fields of green. When they reached the land of the flowers, the swallow landed Thumbelina on a beautiful flower petal.
This is the kingdom of the flowers, and that is their king.
Thumbelina saw a handsome young king with beautiful wings. He was surrounded by lovely flowers. As soon as she saw him, she knew she wanted to call this place home. Her presence attracted the king's attention. He too fell in love with her immediately. "Will you marry me?"
Yes,
As happiness spread across her face, she grew a beautiful pair of wings and became the flower queen.
oh wow, Tia. I don't know what I would do if I would land in such a strange world. I think I am happy where I am.
For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Heart family. Subscribe here.